think that, and this comes back to the content and the SEO as well, I think everybody's trying to fit everything into a framework or into a formula. And what I do is I rip away all those formulas and those frameworks. And when you get back to just who you are, whether it's in your content or it's in your business model or whatever your services that you're providing, when you get back to just understanding who you are and what your business passion is, then all of the content flows and the business flows and that sort of thing. So when we try to stick into frameworks and stick to things that have worked for others, it never feels right and it never feels natural. And so that's always the problem when I hear people moan about their marketing or about their content creation or whatever it might be. It's that they're trying to do what they're supposed to do rather than what feels really good for them. And we're all weird, right? We're all these weird little snowflakes. We're all these weird combinations of things that means one person's going to really enjoy something and another person's going to really enjoy something else.
So how do you know what to sell if there is no framework?
How do you know what to sell?
Yeah. How do you package your offer? How do you know what people are going to want to buy from you if you don't just say, well, here's the 6-week course or the ebook or,
right.
How do you know what's going to work for your business?
So we're looking for that perfect intersection of who you are and who your customers are, right? And so we spend a lot of time understanding ourselves first. And then we spend time understanding who these customers are intimately. And I don't want to hear they're women between the ages of like 13 and 48 and they live somewhere in North America. Like, I don't care.
I don't care what their Starbucks order is. I don't care what their Hogwarts house is.
No.
Although I do find that I attract a lot of Hufflepuffs.
I think I'm a Hufflepuff. Was I Hufflepuff?
Oh, I think you're a Ravenclaw.
I am a Ravenclaw. That's true.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm a Ravenclaw. My son is Slytherin.
Your son is definitely Slytherin.
But it's none of that. That's to me, that is putting false frameworks in. We're trying to fit people into buckets, but without really knowing them. And when we really know them, then we understand, we try to make this too hard. We really do. And when I finally learned to just write from my own experiences and my own stories, rather than like the 5-part framework or the 5-part email sequence or whatever it might be, I'll tell you the things that resonate most with people when I write are just like these stories that you're trying to make an emotional connection. And to make an emotional connection, you have to be you. You have to be you, like right down inside. You have to be you and tell your stories, because that helps you connect with your business and it helps them connect with your business. And so when you tell your stories and weave them back into what you're trying to teach. So yes, there's a 6-part, okay, so I'm going to be a total hypocrite right now. There's a 6-part framework that I teach that is my approach to business, but it's like buckets, right? But if I want to bring people back to that, I've got to tell them why they matter, right? And to tell them why they matter, my 6 buckets, I've got to tell stories, and I've got to tell stories that have happened to me, that have happened to my clients. So almost everything that I write about in my content is inspired by a conversation I've had with a client. That is like sometimes I'll have a call with a client and I'll have 3 new topics. And so I just keep a little notebook beside my bed, beside my desk, on my desk, beside my computer. That's
right there,
somewhere here within reach, where I just note these topics. And I know there's a topic to talk about when I watch my clients have this like recognition or this aha moment on their face, or it's something that I'll say while I'm in the middle of a conversation with them. And I'm like, that was smart. So that is, to me, that's just like evidence rather than all of this, like, let me go and research, 20 topics and force myself to write about them. So the interesting thing about bringing this back to SEO is that for me, SEO is the place to start logically, and then work out from there, because you might as well start where people are looking.